Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to review some numbers. Specifically, we're reviewing COVID transmission numbers for the state of Tennessee and Davidson County. And before I get into that, I wanted to thank everybody for the feedback I got for last week's video. I know these things are potato quality, they're not the best thing ever, and folks let me know that. Somebody did also suggest that I use Tableau as a analytics dashboard, and I think that's a really good idea. I don't have Tableau, but I do have Power BI, and I did intend to have a couple of dashboards ready for this week's video, but it's been a really busy week, so I didn't get around to that. And hopefully next week I will have some stuff. So jumping right into it, I want to start breaking this down into different sections. So first we've got the week over week view. So as you can see, the state just had its biggest week ever. They had around 6,000 cases a day, and that's 6,000 more than last week, roughly. And so the numbers are going up pretty consistently. And on the city side, we're down a little bit from last week, but last week was by far the biggest week we've had to date. And I feel like both of these, last week and this week, because the incubation period for COVID is up to 2 weeks. And so I feel like last week and this week we're really feeling our Thanksgiving actions. And so I'll get more into that in just a little bit, but I do believe that we're on a crash course with Christmas, so to speak. And before I get into that though, let's talk about the month to date numbers. So here we have the month to date, and as you can see, we've got December down here, and we're 11 days in as of today, and we're already over half on the city and the state side of what we had last month total. And for both the city and the state, they were record-setting months. So we're looking at December being the biggest month of COVID ever, and that's definitely not going to change unless we change. And so that's where I wanted to jump into the second piece of this. If you plan on hanging out with family for Christmas or going to see family for Christmas, please consider social distancing, and then consider wearing a mask until then. So if you go out and about and you do things, and if you normally go into a restaurant, just get takeout. Do things differently between now and then to protect the people that you love. And so, because most people hang out with Christmas with folks they actually like, and most of us have elderly relatives or relatives that are not in the best health, and we don't want to get them sick, and and in some cases we don't want to exclude them. My family is staying put in Nashville. We're not really visiting anything. It's the first Christmas, at least in the past decade, where we haven't been with a relative over Christmas. And that's the choice that we make because I don't want to put my family at risk. And I implore you to consider the distancing and the taking appropriate measures to make sure that you're safe, because we're not trying to keep from getting sick as much, for the younger folks who are not necessarily in harm's way, but we're trying to keep other people from getting sick because of us. And so we're trying to stop the transmission with regards to us. And so the best way you can do that going into Christmas, if you have to go to a family function or if you have to be with your family in one capacity or the other, is to wear a mask when you go out. Make sure you're standing far away from somebody, and whatever it takes, because in the end, it's your family and your loved ones that have a very real chance of getting sick. And now whether anything bad happens, that's up to their immune system, but I would rather not risk it, even if I'm overblowing it or even if I'm being too dramatic. I would rather not be wrong in this situation, because if I am right, then there's a very real danger that an individual that has COVID poses to their family. So consider that. I'm not telling you how to be or how to do or what to do, but I want you to think about it. So have a good weekend, and we'll talk next week. Hopefully I'll have some fancier stuff, and then have a good one.